This absolute classic of a fishing rod got a redesign. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Ugly Stik GX2 Gen 2 fishing rod here. There's a lot of claims on this rod to have some huge upgrades compared to the previous version, so we're going to cover that in today's video, whether or not I think that's true, and my overall thoughts on the rod. So let's get into it. Now, before I go into all that, let's go into the specs on the rod that I have in my hands right here. Now, this guy is the USGX SP662L for model number. Now, a couple of these pieces of information were really hard for me to find, so I have left them blank for now. But this is a 6-foot 6-inch light power rod. This has 6 total guides. The line weight is 4 to 10 pounds. This is a 2-piece rod, and it is coming in at around $59.95. Now, Ugly Stik mentions a lot of different technologies in this rod. The ones that I feel are the most important, and the ones I want to cover in today's video, are going to be the clear tip design, the Ugly Tech construction, which is a graphite fiberglass combo. You have your PVD coated Ugly Tough stainless steel guides. You have your shrink tube handle. You have your ergonomic reel seat with exposed blank. And you have your alignment markings for easy sighting when putting the rod together. This would be for your 2-piece rods, of course. As far as looks goes, it is very, very similar to the previous Ugly Stik model, just with some very subtle differences mixed in. This is still going to be a pretty much all black rod. You do have a little bit of yellow and red diamond thread wrapping right above the little foam bulb by the reel seat there. And then you do have as well some red and yellow thread wrappings in basically on each guide of the wrapping on each guide there. So now the reel seat is a little bit different on this one. We are going to talk about that later in the video, but overall, very subtle differences on the rod. Now, as for versatility and function, they make a ton of different sizes for this rod. Not only do they make a bunch of different sizes and a bunch of different powers, but they also make them in spinning, they make them in bait cast, they make them in spin cast, they make them in combos. There's a whole bunch to choose from, so pretty much whatever fish species you are targeting, they've probably got a rod for you in the lineup. Now, I personally am not a fan of the Ugly Stik reels, or it's the Shakespeare reels that they throw on the Ugly Stik combos. So if you are going to get a rod and reel combo and you want this to be the rod portion of it, I would probably stay away from the combos, and I would go more with just buying this as the individual rod and then throw a reel that you like on there. You're not gonna save as much money by doing that, but you are getting a way better setup in return. Now, as far as durability and build quality goes, typically those two go hand in hand, right? Typically a super durable rod is also going to be a rod that is ranked high on build quality as well. This, however, is one of those situations where I don't think that is the case, right? These rods are extremely durable. They also, their big statement is that these new ones are even more durable than the previous rod as well. I honestly think that it's an extremely durable rod, don't get me wrong, but the components on this are still quite cheap to me. Overall, I mean, your handle on this, although I think the shrink wrapping is kind of cool, it does feel relatively cheap in your hands. The overall, the rod feels just very heavy. It doesn't feel very balanced at all. We'll get more into that in the feel portion, but overall, I just don't think this rod is it's definitely not any premium components to it. But that being said, if you don't need premium components, you just need a durable rod that's going to last you a long time, this is a great option for that. One thing I am really not a fan of, I feel that it just makes a rod seem super cheap, is these big foam reel locks right here on the reel seat. These things to me just feel so incredibly cheap in your hands. I am not a fan of them at all. Another thing I thought was really weird too is on the rod, on the specs for the rod, it says action light. From what I've always been told, your power is light, right? You have ultralight, light, medium, medium heavy. And then on your actions, you have fast, extra fast, moderate slow, right? Moderate fast. Like, those are your powers. So why it says action light, I don't know. Maybe this is just me. Leave something in the comments. If I am totally wrong here, please leave something in the comments. I'd love to know, but to me, that feels really weird that they would put that on there. And there's just a couple things like that with Ugly Stiks that, that just to me just kind of knocks it a little bit. I will be fair though, it's a $60 rod, so I'm not expecting premium stuff on this. It's a $60 rod, it's extremely durable, that's what you're gonna get with it. Now next up, talking about feel/sensitivity, it's an Ugly Stik. Like, I know that they've put some new technologies into this rod, and I'm sure this rod is a little bit more sensitive as well as more durable than the previous Ugly Stik. But at the end of the day, it's still an Ugly Stik. In my opinion, it doesn't feel very balanced in your hands, especially when you throw a reel on here. You know, it's not very sensitive. Like, you're not going to read a ton of bites, especially any kind of light bite with this rod. And then that being said, too, I'm not a huge fan of the little black foam bulb on the front here. It's just very uncomfortable for me to hold. Now, I will say the new reel seat design is pretty nice. I like how the actual rod, the blank inside is exposed. I think that's a really cool little additive that they threw in here. I think they're going in the right direction on that, but this Ugly Stik blank is there's only going to be a certain amount of sensitivity I feel that you can get from having this style of rod, right? There's definitely a balance as far as durability and sensitivity, and typically when you get a lot of one, you kind of decrease on another one, right? A good example of this is some of your Phoenix rods. Those Phoenix feathers are phenomenal, right? They're great rods. They're super sensitive, but your durability is not going to be the best on that. So, I feel like some of those rods you got to be very, very careful with them. So there's definitely a give and take on that. And there's some rods that do really good job of maintaining that middle ground. Ugly Stik is not. They're going to be more on the extremes of those. I still think that the clear tip design on Ugly Stiks is really cool, though. I feel like it gives you a very unique bend in the rod. It gives you a lot of cool benefits and features from having that as well. And it's very unique on the market, right? Ugly Stik, I feel, is the one that kind of pioneered that technology, and they've done a great job with it. Obviously, they've sold plenty of these rods, right? So now as for price, like I said before, we're going to be sitting around $60 at the time of filming this video. It's an Ugly Stik, right? There is some other Ugly Stiks that are a little bit more premium, like your Elites. There's some other ones like your Tigers are a little more expensive, right? There's a couple rods that are higher priced than this, but for the most part, Ugly Stiks are known for being a cheaper rod, right? They're a durable rod that's going to last you forever, and it's not breaking the bank, and that's what they've killed it in that category for, right? So for $60, I think you're getting a lot out of that rod. If you want a rod, especially like for catfish, catfish, carp, if you are fishing with kids, if you're a guide, right, and you just want a couple beater rods to give your clients, you don't know how they're going to treat them, this is a great rod for that. And for $60, you're getting a deal. For the price point at $60, I feel that they've thrown a lot of really cool features in this rod, and I feel that they will continue doing well in the industry because of it. Now let's go over the pros and cons of what we've talked about in today's video. Now, as for pros, this rod is extremely versatile. There's a ton of different sizes, bait cast, spin cast, one-piece, two-piece combo, whatever you need, they've probably got it. As well as durability, right? These rods are known for being tough, and according to Ugly Stik, the new ones are even tougher. As for features, I feel they did a good job of throwing in a couple new things on this rod that I think are overall going to help your performance and make it a great bang for your buck, right? Speaking of that bang for your buck, I think price, $60. That's going to be affordable for pretty much anyone wanting to get into fishing, and it's a rod that's going to last you forever. You're going to get your money's worth out of it. As for cons, I'm going to go feel/sensitivity right off the bat here. It's still not going to be a very sensitive rod. There is a couple things in here that I am not a huge fan of as far as that build quality portion. And then that foam reel seat lock, I'm not a fan of that big foam bulb in the front of the rod. I just don't feel like it adds any benefit. It makes it feel very cheap, and I don't know, I'm just personally not a fan of it. It doesn't feel good in my hands. As for rating, I'm going to give this a 7.9 out of 10. This is a hard one to rate because for some people, this is the perfect choice for you, right? This is a 10 out of 10 rod for some of you watching this video. For others, this is probably a 2 out of 10 choice, right? This would be the last thing on your list of rods that you would need, right? But it all depends on what you're looking for in your rod. So I'm going to give it that 7.9. You could almost make this an 8 as well, just to kind of round it out to a little better score. But, if you're if you've got young kids, right, that are tough on equipment, this is a great rod for them. If you're a catfisherman or carp guy, right, or say you're fishing like some light saltwater stuff, you just want a super beat up rod that, you don't have to worry about it breaking, this is a great choice. If you're a guide and you want just a couple extra rods on the boat for clients, this is a great choice, right? There's a couple, niche things that makes this rod absolutely perfect. But for every beginner fisherman that starts out their fishing journey, this might not be the right choice for you. You're going to you're going to realize pretty quick, right, when you start getting into this hobby, that this rod has absolutely zero sensitivity to it. You are not going to feel almost any bites, right? And you're going to very quickly grow out of this rod, and you're going to want something a little better quality. And for just around $100, you can get that in other rods. But hey, regardless of what some stupid YouTuber has to say about this rod, Ugly Stik will continue to sell the living crap out of this rod to fishermen across the world. It's going to still continue to catch a lot of people, a lot of fish, and more importantly, catch a lot of people their first ever fish, right? And I think that's pretty cool. I like rods that are in a lower price point. I really like covering budget equipment because of that reason, right? Most of you guys are probably looking for more budget equipment, and there's a lot of great options on the market. So Ugly Stik will continue selling this rod. This will be one of their absolute staples, I think, forever. Now, if you guys are okay spending a little bit extra in a fishing rod and getting something a little higher quality, I've got a great video for that right here for you guys. Also, if you guys want to see a good reel, good budget reel that would match up very well with this rod, I will throw that right here for you. So hopefully you guys got a kick out of today's episode. Hopefully you learned something. We will see you guys next time on Humbug Videos.